Hi everyone, my name is Genevieve from Genevieve SM Cooks on Instagram. And if you guys know, I'm starting a small project where I make a lot of dishes and talk in depth personal stories, histories, and much more about the dishes that I make. And so today's video is going to be about soup Joumou. It's a Haitian soup that we cook every January 1st in order to celebrate the Independence Day. The French colonizers who originally, colonized Haiti and enslaved many black people, they were the ones who ate the soup. And as a big fuck you, the Haitians were like, listen, we've got our revolution. No, we finally have revolted and we have our freedom and we're going to eat this soup. And so, as tradition, they eat it every January 1st. I love this soup. This soup has opened my eyes to a lot of things in the culinary world and in different type of practices, and I just really wanted to share this soup with you guys. And this is my family's version. Everybody makes it differently, so do not come at me saying this is not how you make soup Joumou. I don't want to hear it. This is how we make it. It tastes really good. And without further ado, let's take it away and get started. Okay, so right here I'm washing the oxtail, making sure that we clean it of, the sticky stuff, the gooey stuff on the outside because it's been sitting in the packages. I'm washing it with a lemon because I'm a terrible Haitian and I don't have lime, but lemon works, any type of citrus work, preferably lemon and lime, and that's a clean one. So right here I am putting the Haitian épice. It's a green seasoning. In mine I have garlic and green onion and some other things, habanero. I'll do another video later on. And then I put some black pepper, salt, and right here you see MSG. Put some cloves of garlic and some cloves, and then add some water and some bay leaves. Stir it around, give it a nice mix, and you're going to boil it for 2 hours. Now we're cutting the cassava. Here you see I'm struggling. Obviously the cut did not happen where it was supposed to happen, but we gotta make do with what we have. So we're gonna cut it into some pieces that are more manageable, and then we're gonna go ahead and peel it. The skin is super tough, so I'd really suggest that y'all get a peeler and scrape that off and be as careful as you can. But it has some tough skin. Shout out to cassava. We're gonna put it inside of a pot and boil it, and my mom always adds salt, so we're gonna hit it with a pinch of salt, make sure it has some flavor. Now we have the star of the show, the Joumou. It is also a winter squash, is my understanding, or West Indies squash, and it's known for its orange insides. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it open and remove the seeds. We don't want the seeds, we don't want the things that the seeds attach to, so we're gonna remove that. And so I'm going to put it to the side and put it in a pot, and then that pot I will fill it with some water, and we're going to put it on a high heat and boil the squash, the Joumou, until it is soft. And so here you're going to see I'm going to open the pot, and to make sure it's cooked through, put a knife in. If the knife goes in easily, your Joumou is ready. Okay, so now we're going to transfer the Joumou with the skin on. Don't worry about the skin, y'all. Stop being picky. We're going to put it inside a blender and fill it with some water just to give it a little aid to get the right consistency. And, I'm struggling with, I'm trying to fit it all in the same blender because we're not doing 2 takes and I hate filming. So yeah, so we're putting it in that blender and we're going to add this water. As you see here, adding the water. And then we're going to blend, and so you're going to blend until smooth. I would say blend it for about a minute, maybe on liquefy or high, and then we're going to strain it. So if y'all were worried about the skin, fret not. It is going through a strainer, and you can see I'm stirring it a bit to help the process along, adding some water. You're not doing anything terrible, it's just helping to, that straining process to speed it along, and you're going to have that lovely orange yellow color that makes the Joumou iconic. So now I'm going in to some cabbage. I'm cutting the cabbage in half and deciding how much I'm going to use because I'm just cooking a little bit. So guys, make sure that when you're cutting the cabbage, you remove the core because it's super annoying when you bite into it. I hate that. And the taste is very different. So I just want like the green part, part of the white part of the cabbage. So we're going to cut it into large chunks. It will melt down when you cook it. So don't be worried about that. We're going to cut off the ends of a carrot and peel peel the skin. You want just, you know, the good part. And so yeah, we are, you know, getting our peelings done, and we're gonna chop it into about an inch type chunks. And yeah, finishing with the carrots. You can put as much as you want. So we got some leeks here. The leeks really make it for me. It adds a nice taste. So right here you see some dirt. You guys want to make sure that you clean these leeks really well. So we're gonna peel off, you know, like the loose type of leaves, cut off the ends, the top and the bottom. We're gonna cut it in half to make it more manageable. And then we're gonna chop it into about 1/2 inch pieces, dime-sized pieces, and then, you know, chop it. I like the dark green parts and the light parts. I save the middle and get rid of that. So that's what we do with the leeks. So now we're going in with the plantain. It adds a nice bit of sweetness. If you do green plantain, it's going to be kind of starchy, more potatoy. This one is going to be more sweet. I prefer that in my soup. It adds a depth of, you know, flavor in there. It mixes it up. So I'm cutting it into slices, and those are manageable chunks, and I'll boil that separately. So now after about 2 hours, it depends, you want to check if your oxtail is done. If the knife can go through the oxtail, then you know it is cooked. You want that tender, okay? So now I'm just doing some prep for the oxtail. I'm going to fry a bit of tomato paste. It adds a bolder flavor, and I kind of like this style. So I'm frying up the tomato paste to activate it, and then I'm putting in the oxtail. I'm going to stir it around a little bit, get that flavor. I really love that tomato flavor in the oxtail. This is something I see my mom do with beef and meat whenever we make our sauces, so I figured why not do it into the soup joumou. And keep in mind, this is my take on it. So I'm adding that broth water that we cooked the oxtail in. That water, as you guys remember, like, it's full of different spices and things like that. So we want to keep using that, and it has some salt. So here I'm putting in, it's not a parsnip. It's a turnip. I forgot to show the peeling process, but, you know, just remove the purple part, it's fine. So I'm putting some turnips, putting in the carrots in there when it catches a boil, stirring that around, making sure everything is cohesive. And then I'm adding the cabbage. I'm putting the cabbage kind of on top because the cabbage kind of cooks quickly, so we're just gonna let the steam kind of cook it more instead of putting it on the bottom. So I'm adding the cabbages, and I'm adding the leeks. Putting that all, I know it looks really full, but calm down. Like, if you guys boil it for the amount of time that you're supposed to boil it for, it's gonna break down. And then we're putting that lovely Joumou puree into the soup, and this is my favorite part. It's very satisfying to watch, pouring it into the soup, and then adding some water to help with the consistency there. And so you're gonna kind of fit everything in, and you're gonna season this bad boy. So I'm putting some seasoned salt into it. I just like the flavor. It's better than basic regular salt. And I'm hitting it with some MSG because, you know, we love that umami flavor. And then I will go ahead and hit it with some black pepper because why not? And I fuck with black pepper. It'll just be like that. So yeah, we're cooked, and I'm putting in a habanero pepper. And yeah, and we're done. And we're closing the soup, and we're gonna let it boil. All right, so after that, letting it boil for about 20-25 minutes, your soup is basically ready. So I just went ahead and added some onions. I'll let it cook for 10 minutes to let it break down a bit, and you have your soup joumou. It's all done. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed. To see more content like this, remember to follow me on Instagram at Genevieve SM Cooks. I will be trying to post videos twice a month, but you will see content more frequently on my Instagram page. But before you guys leave, make sure to hit the subscribe button because I want some more subscribers to keep showing you all this food. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss when a video goes up. And thanks so much for watching.